How you guys doing today? We're gonna hang a light. That's what we're doing. Super simple video, super quick. I'm just gonna show you guys how I'm gonna move my really big LED over and the reasons I'm doing it. Here's the greenhouse, right? We've got one LED up there, one over there, and the big monster in the center, okay? Now the problem I'm having is I have nowhere to walk in here and I keep smashing my head on that light. So I just raised that light up as high as it'll go. Well, not as high as it'll go, but it's over my head now. And I'm not worried about that one as of yet because I don't go back there a lot right at this moment, but I'm going to need to. But this is the problem. And that light right now sits at about my chin height, okay? So what I need to do is create a pathway down the center, and I can have plants all the way around, and then at least I can have a little pathway, and I need it to go all the way to the very back. Because one of the things I learned last year, because last year was the first year I had this garden set up, was that if I didn't have a path all the way to that back corner, things got neglected, right? I had a massive spider mite infestation back there in my peppers and my dill plants that I didn't even know what was happening because I wasn't getting that back there for like a week or more at a time because I had all my containers, because everything you guys can see here, right? Everything is in all these white totes to make it easier to move. So I wasn't able to get to the back, also because that light was hanging right where it is now, right? So there wasn't any pathway wiggle room, and if I wanted to get to the back, I had to literally pull everything out of the greenhouse and then get to the back and then reload everything. And it was a nightmare, and it wasn't functional. And you have to have a space, especially like this where we're talking with plants, where you can get to the back, monitor health, check for pests, and water on a regular basis, right? Because I mean, we're talking things are under bright lights, they dry out real fast. I'm watering everything in here, including things like these big pots. I'm watering them every 2 days. That's how fast they're drying out. So we are going to move that big light. We're going to use some strapping material, okay? So if you want to hang a light like this, this is what you're going to need. Strapping material like this comes in a roll. You get it at any hardware store. You're going to need a pair of snips. I'm using 1.5 inch deck screws. Excuse me. Wow. Okay. I'm using 1.5 inch deck screws. And you're going to need your drill. So basically, here I'll show you how they're hanging now, and we're just going to change that. Okay, so this is how it's hanging now. Okay, I'm using strapping, right? And I created a loop in the strapping, right in the center, to hang that from. All right, but we are going to change it up. See, and I've done the same on the other side. We're just going to change it up a little bit. And what we're also going to do, so there's the light, okay? So if you look up at the rafters, there's where it's tied in. We're going to move it over, give or take, 16 inches or so. So that way I will have lots of light on the floor and the sides and also in the center, but I still need, you know, a 12-inch wide path all the way down here. So that's what we're going to do. So we're not making this complicated, guys. All we're going to do is put one of our screws up here like that. We're just going to take our strapping, grab your screw gun, just going to move it over, and we're moving it way up into the ceiling, right about there. We're about 16 inches over. Okay, that's all we're doing. Straighten that out, get the other screw. I hope you guys can see what's going on over my shoulder here. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna get out of here. Show you what we've done. Okay, there. See, so we've driven. Okay, so you see what we've done? We've driven the 2 screws into the top, and we've left 2 of the gaps for the screws on the bottom. Right? And now all we need to do is bend that . We're going to bend it out, and then we're going to bend it down. So basically it just looks like a chair, right? Comes down like a chair. And the reason we're going to do that is we're just going to take the clip off the one light and hang it right onto that one. But we want it pushed out a little bit because it's going to be a little tight to kind of get that heavy hook behind there. See how we bent it out? Looks like a chair. Okay, we're going to do the other side. Get your strapping and your screws. Get your milk crate for your step ladder, because that's what we're using. Get your straps, and then same as last time. Gonna put it way up near the ceiling. Make sure we're in line roughly with the other one. Gonna go about here. One screw in, grab the next one. Okay. And then we're just going to bend it the same as we did before, like a little chair. Okay. So this is how we have them attached. We have a non-locking carabiner through the hole in the strapping, right? And this is like it's a little geared mechanism, so you can pull it up and it locks the light up. Okay, same as on the other side. You see over there? Okay, so now all we need to do is unclip that and clip it on the bottom section of the chair looking piece of strapping that we just did. Now the tricky part here is this light is not small and it is not light. So I need to be able to disconnect it from there while holding this and reconnecting it in there without dropping the darn thing. Because that would just be a bad day for everybody. Well, it'll definitely be a bad day for me. All right, let's do this. All right, let's do this. We're going to let some slack down, just because it's going to make it easier for me to work with. Got a real good grip on it, looped it around my hand so it can't fall. unclip that beaner. Hang it in there. And then take all the tension off my hand. And we got one hung. Can't even move around without bumping into stuff. Okay, so we got one hung. That wasn't bad. Let's do the next one. So we'll just repeat the process. Take out some slack. To do that, there's just a little tiny plastic locking mechanism on the side here. So take up the slack with my hand, unclip it, bring it down, make sure it's locked. Make sure it cannot fail on you. And then take the weight off. Right, there we go. Hanging. And now we have a walking path. Now, I mean, these were right down the center under that light. So now I can move those over, still be under the light, have a pathway through here, and I will just bring that light back up to the height that it was at. It needs to come up about, give or take, 10 inches. And the nice part, I tried to get you guys almost level with the light here so you'll be able to have an idea. And the nice part about the ratchet strap mechanisms, the ratcheting mechanisms, is it's so easy to raise and lower as long as you have room to maneuver. Yeah, don't fall. Good. So there's a lock here. So you just raise it up. And there we go. That's all it takes. So I'll just recoil that up and stuff. Same as that one there. I've just been moving stuff around, so it just got bumped. But now we have a pathway on the floor and ample coverage. And I'm not worried about not having enough light from that, because it's already lighting up that whole area underneath it. It's lighting up this whole big area under it, as well as I've only it's dimmable, and I've only dialed it up to 50%. So as you can see, it's plenty. Let's tilt that down for you. As you can see, it's plenty bright down there, and that's only at 50%. So yeah, so that's it for this one. Nice and simple, guys. Just figured I'd bring you along while I was in here. So have an awesome day. Make sure you're growing good food. Oh, you guys want to see the cucumber plants? I'll show you the cucumbers before we sign off. So we've got our 3 cucumber vines, and look at all of the flowers. And the best part is we have male and female flowers. This is how you tell it's a female. See, it's attached to a little fruit. Okay, so you'll have way more males than you will females. But in the morning, all these flowers are open. Okay, they're all open. See? So what I'm going to do is tomorrow, I'm just going to drop this video today. And what I'm going to do tomorrow morning, see, look at, I'll be in here bright and early in the morning when all of these flowers are open. See, there's just flowers everywhere. So I'll be in here first thing tomorrow morning when all of these flowers are open, and I'm going to show you guys how to hand pollinate cucumbers in your greenhouse. How's that sound? Sound good? I'm looking forward to it. We tried to grow cucumbers in here last year and it failed. And then by the time it had failed and it wasn't working, it was too late in the season to continue on with that. So, but it's only March 2nd today, 2024. And we're going to run this greenhouse balls out until the end of May, because by mid-May we're going to be planting stuff outside. So it's going to get to a point where we're just going to need space in here. So when we get to that point, we're just going to start tearing stuff out. Cucumbers will come out. Tomatoes, they'll be coming out. And these tomatoes are awesome. They've basically doubled in size since we transplanted them less than a week ago. So these are the sugar lumps. These are a really, really delicious cherry tomato. And these are blue chocolate. These are both indeterminate varieties. And these blue chocolates will be a dark purple, almost black on the outside, and a vibrant maroon color on the inside. Very low acid, super tasty. One of my all-time favorites. So, okay. And we got horseradish. How many of you guys have ever seen horseradish growing inside? I'm working on it. It's temperamental. It doesn't like it in here. But we're going to push on through, and then we'll probably give that a home outside this summertime. So, okay. There we go. Got everything. We got our lettuces. Oh, and the basil have come back from getting treated with Safers since we did the Safers treatment because we had spider mites on it. And then the oregano is coming back to life too, which is good because I use a lot of oregano. So, all right, guys, that's it for today. So grow good food like that, and like that, and like that. And have an awesome day. Green thumb out.